My name is Dr. John McKeown, and I'm the CEO and founder of Allergy Standards, and I'm also the principal of the Indoor Air Innovation and Research Institute. Well, Allergy Standards was formed in 2000. I was working as an A&E doctor, or as in America they say, emergency room physician. And I got very curious about the connection between the indoor environment, the built environment, particularly with regards to people impacted by asthma and allergies. And when you're looking at allergic asthma, you need to deal with things such as trigger factors in the indoor environment. But it was very difficult for people to identify products that help them remove allergens and other trigger factors in the indoor environment. So we developed a consumer product certification testing program to validate consumer products that could be a better choice for people with asthma and allergies. What we do is we test products, we inspect them, and then if they meet our performance criteria, we certify them to our various standards. We have our own research facility called Airmid Health Group. We're very proud of the fact, as an Irish technology and research company, we've worked with some of the largest consumer product brands in the world. We've worked with Procter & Gamble, we've worked with 3M, we worked with Dyson, LG, with Samsung. We work with some of the largest bedding companies in the world, and particularly with some of the largest retailers.
I'm Dave Morrissey. I work for Allergy Standards, and my role here is I'm Chief Innovation Officer. So yeah, I mean, how long have we been using Zoho? It just feels like we've been using it forever because it's so ingrained in our company and our organization. But I think the journey started about 15 years ago, where we were kind of at a point in time where we had a lot of data that was in disparate Excel sheets. John, who's our CEO, Dr. John McKeown, said, look, we got to look at ways that we can improve how we're working in our organization. And CRM was the first application that we used, and we got on very, very well with it. And then I'm going to say it's possibly the next year that was the first Zoholics that happened in London. So John came back and he said, look, I've seen the light at Zoho Creator. We got to investigate this a bit more and see what we can do with it. And again, we, being a certification organization and testing organization, we had all our products that we had certified were in an Excel sheet. We were sharing these with our laboratories that we were testing with, different, again, disparate data around the place. So we developed our certified product database where we were able to put all the information about our product, again, in one place, put some information in there about the testing of the product, what standard it was tested against, any notes that we had on the product that were shared with from the laboratory, etc. That was a real revelation to us, because you didn't have to create any APIs. It's a low-code product. You're literally able to do a lookup in Creator to the account in CRM and then link the products that the client had certified to their CRM record as well. So it meant then, again, we were able to really have complete oversight of the data in a way that was much more manageable. As we developed our certification product database, it was very much an inward-facing tool. But one issue that we had at the time, and this was purely because we had a medical chairman who was a doctor, so it wasn't in the office all the time. We have obviously our CEO, and our certificates needed to be actually physically signed by both those people in order to go out to a client. So a certificate could take a long time to get to a client. We looked at the whole kind of chain of how the current process worked to get a certificate, and we looked at, well, okay, there's a point in time when a product is certified and gets a tick mark that its certification is enabled. And we said, well, that's a good trigger point for us to be able to create a workflow where we could automatically create a certificate, or a certificate could be created at a push of a button. Raj Kumar, and he said, yeah, this is something that we can do. All we need is to create a template, do some Cloud Engine work, press a button, and a certificate could be created in a matter of seconds. So we took something that could take 2 weeks, a couple of seconds. Aha moment for us was, wow, we can do this. But from an external customer facing, the goodwill that we got back from them and being able to say, yeah, you need a certificate, we can get it to you instantly, was just phenomenal. Last year we did over 350, 400 certificates, so to do that in a manual process, having to wait around, it wouldn't have been doable. So yeah, it saved hundreds of hours, but apart from that, because it's now all accessible through our client services portal, the clients can just log in, download the certificate that they need from their portal as well. We had a brand manager in the US that was getting a lot of asset approvals coming via email. Asset approval means every time somebody uses our certification logo on their packaging, on advertising, etc., it needs to get approved. So what was happening is this was all coming into her at the time through email. But what would start off as potentially an approval would then turn into, where are you going on holidays or what's going on here? And then trying to look back through the email thread to find, well, what's the box I'm looking to approve or what's the other piece of artwork was proving challenging. So that's when we decided we were going to do an outward-facing application in Creator. So we built a very simple ticketing system which opened up a portal for clients to log in. The login was linked to their CRM record as well, so the accounts, fields, and all the rest would populate automatically. So they were just able to submit their artwork, attach the things, and it became a threaded conversation, and the approvals got done much quicker. Everything was just in one place, both for the client and for the brand manager. And it just meant that these things were getting done quicker, more efficiently, and there was that overwhelm that she was experiencing just went away. Because of the success of the asset approval portal, we said, look, really quickly, let's develop another portal, because there's two sides to our certification. There's the testing of the product, and then there's the licensing, which is to use the logo. So the testing team, seeing and hearing how effective the asset approval system was working, came and said, well, could we do something similar for people who are looking to test their products? So again, we created a similar portal. The test and technical system required a different logon, because each Zoho Creator application at the time was a different portal. As a company then we decided, look, what we need to do is create one portal where we can have multiple users. And that's kind of around the time that I went to Chennai. So it was great, met the team out there. Bill organised it, Bill Quinn, he's a premium reseller. So we went over there at a couple of days and literally sat down with the Creator team, and we were inventing. Between us, we came up with a way that we could have a single sign-on system. And then we started, because we could have single sign-on, we said, okay, let's add some more applications here. Because we, in the background had created another application called our document repository system, which had all our documents that we, whether it be contracts, NDAs, invoices, etc. So people could log in and download their contract or download their certificate or whatever it might be. Working with the team in Chennai, it was a real enabler to get us to do that, and that was great support. When you log into the portal now, it's very customized to you as an individual. It knows your job title. So if you're in marketing, it might present marketing documents. If you're technical, it might present like test and technical FAQs. So it's very customized and focused. Everybody who logs on, the first thing they say, it's very easy to use. We created a nice user interface. It's their one-stop shop where they can log in, download their certificates, download the logos that they need for the brand. They can submit test request tickets, they can submit asset approvals, they can look at their certified products. But as a sales tool, we can sequentially unlock sections of the portal. So we can say, okay, well, you're just starting on your journey with us. So you don't need to do asset approvals because you've no assets to get approved. Or maybe you don't need to look at certain document types or whatever. So we can, within the CRM, within their contact record, we can enable or disable anything we want for anybody in the portal. So from a salesperson's perspective, it's a talking tool, or it's the same, well, as you work with us and as you move through your journey, we'll unlock that area because you have a product now with us that's in testing, and then we can work on you with that. So it kind of encourages the forward momentum of a sale, which is great, and the salespeople love it for that. The great thing about Creator is it's a work in progress. We're always doing something with it, so it's never going to stop. We're always working on things with Zoho.
My name is Leah. I'm the Client Success Manager for the Asthma and Allergy Friendly Certification Programme. So my role within the company is to work with the clients on a daily basis, and one of the key things in that is asset approval. So basically our clients use a client services portal, which is generated by Zoho, and within that they are able to basically, any time that they want to use the mark, they submit any materials for approval before they're allowed to use it. So this is great because it encourages them to kind of interact with us, we get further engagement, but it also means that the way that they speak about the certification programme is within our own brand manual. On the front end of the portal, it's a very user-friendly experience. There's kind of different segments with it where they can kind of access already processed materials that are available, but then they can also try and have new products added. They can submit tickets to get new products in the program, or they can submit those asset approvals. So they kind of get a lovely kind of front end of the program. And then from the back end, and how it's very helpful for me, is it allows me to really keep track of everything that's coming in. So to have a kind of a ticketed system is really, really beneficial. If this was coming in via email, it would be kind of a lot to manage. I think the clients like that there's a designated area where they can address all issues. What's really beneficial is that on the front end, within kind of the branding assets that they can use, they have a plethora of documents that are available to them, which they love because it means that they don't have to, they have access to previously developed materials. There's a very active library of content for them to use. So we've got a lot of really positive feedback from them on that portal. From my side, it's actually very, very simple. I can just go into the contact and a couple of ticks, and that will instantly activate their permissions. And it's great because they get an email prompt, which again encourages engagement through the portal, and it'll tell them what they need to do straight away. So it's very seamless and quick.
I'm Bill Quinn, founder of OneCloud Consultants. I've been a Zoho partner since 2012. Relationship with Allergy Standards is really a very good example of why any company that is using Zoho should form a relationship with Zoho partner. Over the years, we've gotten to know their business and understand how they work. Also with us as a Zoho partner and us knowing their business, there is times where we've reached out to them and said, listen, there's this new feature, or there's this functionality that is coming downstream, so you might just want to start having a look at it. There is also other times as well, like they are really pushing the limits of Zoho Creator, and we decided that a very good way forward was actually organising a workshop in Chennai with the Zoho product team, which they absolutely love. Allergy Standards love Zoholics, and they're a very good example of how good Zoholics is. They always come back inspired, and it means that they always start looking at other elements.
We have to be really meticulous on our data. We're in that TIC space, testing, inspection, and certification. So it's very important that we're precise in our science, and we've used Zoho and the Zoho Creator databases to actually help us use those workflows. And because we've migrated to the Zoho system, that data isn't a burden. We've actually been able to make it embedded into our natural workflows. So it's actually enhanced our culture by being meticulous and precise with our data. And while we have to be that very scientific testing inspection company on the back end, how we operate, we also need to be a consumer-friendly company and a market-friendly company on the front end. So the systems we've used with Zoho, that's able to have that kind of customer experience and front of house operationals working very well with our backstage, or how we actually operate the testing and inspection business. I've always got a sense from Zoho that they're thinking of the two sides all the time. They're thinking front of house, customer interaction, but then they're thinking backstage and operations, whether it's your finance system, your database system, and they will always talk to each other. You won't have to buy lots of Zapiers and plug in and play and tweak and APIs. Ultimately, going forward, there's always new stuff coming out with Zoho. So we're quite happy to grow with Zoho. It will just expand as our business expands. That human interaction has been really important. It's been particularly important with Bill from OneCloud Consultants, who's been our liaison with, say, head office in Chennai. We've had full strategy deep dive days with Bill. Bill keeps us informed of new products and services that are coming down the line. We put a big bet to go all in on Zoho, and the fact that then you've got people that will talk to you and make sure that trust in them is returned is really important to us. Not only would I recommend Zoho to another business, I have, and I consistently do. I'm on the board of the Industry Research and Development Group in Ireland, and they've recently migrated over to the Zoho systems. As being a member of the board, it was my recommendation. And I was very fortunate in my early stages of my entrepreneurial journey to be given a lot of help by some very significant Irish entrepreneurs. So my kind of gift to early entrepreneurs now at this stage is to tell them about Zoho, because I feel they're going to achieve their goals a lot quicker if they adopt the system.